Hello everybody, it's Visual Sounds. I was going to do a roleplay today, but I decided to do this instead. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to show you some of my GCSE and A-level artwork. I hope you enjoy it, hope it's relaxing for you. Okay, I'm going to try and figure it out so you can't see my name on anyone first of all. Okay. So, this was a project for GCSE, I think, called Surreal Nature. We had a choice of what we could like base our project on, so I chose this. So we had to start off with observation, which is where you get an object and paint or draw or sketch it. So these are real leaves here. So I chose these, and then painted them with watercolours. And then same with these ones. And same with these. This was about, how old was I? 16, so it was like 6 years ago. Then there's artwork that I copied. Just little bits of it, watercolour again. Leaves. Then we've got these leaves as well. Again copied with watercolour. Here I used a gel ink pen to copy them. And a pencil for the darker parts. And I used chalk pastels for this one. And then pencils. So these were some things that we had to try. I drew this one without looking at what I was drawing, just using the picture as guide, so I had my eyes closed for a little bit. And this one was with my left hand because I'm right-handed, so tricky. This one was doing it in 8 minutes. That's fine. And this was without lifting the pencil from the paper. So it was constantly keeping the pencil on the paper without taking it off. And this one was using 2 pencils. Then I used cross hatching here and used a pen and then water with it as well, so it would give this smudged effect. And then this one is just using a normal pen, just kind of a scratch effect. here I used a candle to draw out the outline, and then watercolour paints over the top. Used to do it when I was little actually, to do like night scenes and stuff, because the candle wax repels the paint so it doesn't go over it. And this is using different pieces of paper. And pencil and watercolour paints for this one. Oil pastels. I really love using oil pastels, even though they're not very accurate. I just think they're great to smudge and use, and they're so bright. Then I moved on to doing butterflies. So got this blue one, this orange one, just done with watercolours. And this was just using really thin fine liner pens to copy this one. And then this one was using felt tip. And then this piece of art was one I found on the internet, so I copied the same technique by putting loads of paint on and then blowing through straws to make it this kind of splatter effect. And then that was folding over some paper. And I tried building some using corrugated card. Then I made some out of blue tack. I don't know why. And then this was just research of ones that had been made out of clay and things. And a quick sketch of that drawing there. And some more research. Some edited stuff. And then I found these really cool images of butterflies being used as things on objects, so like the sails of the ship and the windmills. It moved on to masks that were like the shape of butterflies. And then adding butterflies to faces on the computer. This sort of thing. And then looking at media that used it, so Silence of the Lambs. And then butterflies' wings on that cat. Using the wings as eyes on this person. It's a bit freaky. And I did some designs of masks with butterflies on. That's just me. And then just practicing putting the masks on actual faces, so that's actually painted on. And then using full face masks. It wasn't really what I wanted to do, but my art teacher really didn't let me have much leeway, so I ended up going this route. Added some more masks like this. So it was like gradual covering of the face of the butterflies. Yeah, that was my final piece. It was like a really big piece. And it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to be, but it was okay. Okay. This next one is called The Journey. And this could be about anything, so I decided to do the journey of fish, because there's those like salmon that go upstream and stuff, so there's some photos here of fish. And then I got this image off the internet and copied it using oil pastels. And then I copied this one using watercolours here. So I can be quiet. And then copied this fish in pencil and felt tip pens. This one's watercolour again, as is this one. And then I copied this one using just black felt tip. It's this image here. And some photographs. More photographs. Copied these clouds like this. Using bits of paper and paint. And then I copied this one using chalk. I think that came out quite nice, because I'm not really that good with chalk, but yeah, it came out okay. And then these are just edited clouds on Photoshop. So we had to show our range of skills, so it's like different medias and the computer and things. I used the candle technique again here to get the lightning. And then watercolours there. And then just more research, looking at the sky and things. Editing on the computer. Just looking at some artists and things. Using paint to copy this image here. Looking at some Monet, so I did this one with coloured pencils, copying this. That's what he wanted to be in the picture. Then I'm putting some different photos together to kind of merge into one. Showing how I've done it on the computer. Watercolour images. And then I started on my final piece, which I think I've shown in another video, on canvas, which is just fish. some trees. And then I built a fish, which I hated. I really didn't want to put on, but I had no choice. So that ended up sticking out the picture. This is what the final picture looked like. So this fish here was sticking out. Okay, I've got a few other things to show you. Apart from spikes behind. I'm not sure what years these are from. It's quite a while ago. This was some flowers. I don't know what they are. It's like a built frame and some of the leaves coming out and things. Quite cool. Quite pretty. Just watercolours again. Let me see what else I can find. I did one project where it was based on celebrities, so I did Gwen Stefani. So I've got some of the writing from her album here, Love Angel, and then the M from music. That's just, yeah. What else have I got? Gosh, sorry, they're really massive folders. This was something that way. This was something I had to do, which is just a collage basically. And it's supposed to be a really big spoon, I think. Like a bowl here. And it's all strips of paper and images from magazines and things. It took so long because all the little bits of paper had to be cut out. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. I did a project on bikes as well at one point. I think it was year 11, or maybe a bit earlier actually. And I actually constructed a bike wheel out of cardboard and stuff. This is just a chalk drawing and charcoal, I think. And this one was using oil pastels. I don't know why I insisted on drawing them really big. Yeah. So that's oil pastels on that one. This was one of my final pieces. It's supposed to be looking in like a kind of puddle and the reflection you'd see of the trees. It's on cardboard. So that's why the trees are all like... That's just done with watercolours. Tree branches. think this is my celebrities one. Faces. So it's the construction of faces. Cordelia. Found up manga. Different manga. Look how rubbish that is. Caricatures. Looks horrendous. Distortion of faces. This is chalk pastel. Oh, chalk pastels. Yeah. Scary looking guy. More scary looking people. Oh, that's my friend's sister. Eyes. Using pencils and pens. Different expressions. Some weird thing. Oh, it's copied off that. I really like using oil pastels. They're really fun. And then this one, which is actually a really big piece. I don't know where it's at, but it's massive. This person, whoever that is. Not that good at faces. Like realistic faces anyway, I'm not very good. It's that one. Oh, this was the one that that trees one was for, so it's viewpoints. Just using Photoshop. Drawing some trees and things. More trees. I think you can probably guess by now that I really like watercolours too. Look at that texture on the page, I just think it's really nice. Sketches. So then I was just copying this picture, using watercolours, and then something here, I don't know what I used. Oh, pencils apparently. Copying some other artists' work. And that's that piece I just showed you. Whoa. Using Photoshop again. That's it for that one as well. I'm making such a big mess. Okay. I've just got time to show you one of my other bits that I did for A level. Right, I've shown you my jellyfish before, you know, the ones I made out of like recycled stuff. So this was all the prep work that went with it basically. They're on massive bits of card, so I'll just show you bits. Yeah, just looking at clutter and things that people don't use, so things like these whatever they're called, can holder things. Empty milk bottles. And then talking about things that people throw away, like carrier bags, destroying nature and stuff. Where are we? Oh, I've got numbers on. Oops. So then I looked at other people's work, like this guy here makes stuff out of bolts and things and pieces of wire, so I made my own little version. There it is. I also made this really cute little mouse that kind of looks like a pig, mouse pig, out of like bottles and cans and stuff. Then I looked at this person who uses wool and ring pulls to make like sea anemones and things, is that what they're called? So I knitted this little hedgehog. I've shown him in a video before as well, with ring pulls for spines. Looked at taking photographs of various things. So looking at these sponges, actually bits of sponge on there. Painting them. I just think they're interesting. And then showing how I did these various things. So you can see it's enhanced here as well. And then looking at bus tickets and things, how they can look different. Then more things. Using gel pens and things, looking at more bus tickets. Trying out some little jellyfish dudes. Drawing buttons. When I started looking more at jellyfish, at this guy's work, just drawing them and sketching. This is wool here. Just think they're really pretty. Then it showed my final piece, which was all these different jellyfish. So I did this one with carrier bags and metal in these bits. And then this fluffy one, which I knitted the top and then added these bits. This bus ticket one. This one with the buttons. And then this one here with the kind of cage around it. So that's that really. Hello. My hat's on, cockeyed. Right, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope that was okay and alright, relaxing. I also wanted to ask you guys a really big favour. I have created an ASMR themed calendar with a different whisperer on each month, including me, Gentle Whispering, Whisper Deeply, Heather Feather, Calming Escape, Hayley Whispering Rose, Fred Whisper Mister, and lots more. It's selling for $19.99, which is $15.50 in pounds, I think. And I would be so grateful if you would buy one. It took me a while to make, and I think it's quite cute, and getting started in the month of your choice, so you still get all 12 months, just starting from like April or March or whatever. Yeah, so forever grateful if you would do that, and you get a cool little thing that's made by me. So I'll put the link either on the video or below, so check it out. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. More videos coming soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, add me on Facebook, whatever you like. Thank you so much. Bye bye.